Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Uefa Champions League final, and I'm gonna predict which team is gonna win this game. And I think that it's the right time for me to start. So I'm going to Wikipedia page of Uefa Champions League, and I'm gonna look at whole season, and I'm gonna discuss Real Madrid and Liverpool. Can they win the Champions League or not? I still don't know, but they have chances to win this trophy. First of all, I would like to talk about their games, their path to the final, their road to the final. They won the group stage, and let's start with Real Madrid. Okay, from group stage, uh, they had 5 wins and 1 lose. And I remember their second loss to Sheriff Tiraspol, and everybody was expecting Real Madrid to bottle because uh, half the squad is main players are over 30 years old, like Karim Benzema, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, and other players. They're over 30 years old, 34, 35, 33. I tell it, and achieving something great with these players is very difficult, despite the fact that they have experience, but it's really difficult. And in the second game, people were like, Real Madrid will not be able to win this trophy, even if they make it out to the next round. It's gonna be difficult for them, but they're in the final, and we're gonna look at the opponents in the round of 16, quarterfinals, and semi-final. 2 now, 1 2 down, 2 1 up, and okay, 5 wins and 1 losses from group stage. That wasn't very difficult for them. They won it really easily, and that's all. And let's look at Liverpool stats. 6 wins, no losses, 18 points. It's just great. Like, look at the difference between the first and second team. It's 11 points. They have 11 points clear. But man, I really wanted Milan to get out of this group. It would be much more exciting if Milan, FC Milan, made it to the next round, but they were last. They didn't even be able to make it to the Europa League. And from the start, this tie was considered death group. Like, look at the teams. Liverpool has won the cup 6 times. Porto has won the cup. Milan has won the cup 7 times. Atletico Madrid, they have made it 3 times to the final, but they have lost all of them. But anyways, Atletico Madrid is just a great team. And we continue our discussion. Let's look at brackets. Let's look at knockout phase. And this final is gonna be very exciting. Liverpool versus Real Madrid. This is the 3rd time that Liverpool and Real Madrid will meet each other in the final, and this is just great. If I'm not mistaken, the first final was held in 80s, like 1981 or 1982. It was something like that. But the second final, 2018, Real Madrid won. And 2022, this final, Liverpool won once, Real Madrid won once. So this game, any of these teams has clear advantage. So we still cannot say which team is gonna win this trophy. But congratulations to Real Madrid for making it to the final. I wasn't expecting them to make it that far, and they're in the final, and they still have chance to win the final. And Real Madrid, look at their opponents. Let's first talk about Liverpool. Liverpool versus Inter Milan. That wasn't a very hard tie for Liverpool. Inter Milan was really improving in the recent games. They posed some difficulty for Liverpool, but Liverpool showed that they are much more better than Inter Milan. And 2 away goals As we know, away goals has been ruled out. 2 goals was the turning point for them, and for these 2 goals, they made it into the quarterfinals. And to be honest, they weren't really performing very well in this 2 or 3 months ago. They are just unbeatable in these days. Like a month or 2 months, they are not just simply losing game. They play like it's always their last game, and they have 7 or 8 games left to finish the Premier League. One final against Chelsea, and 4 games in the Premier League, and one final against Real Madrid in the final. And Inter Milan, this wasn't so difficult for them, as I told before. And when Inter Milan scored the first goal in Liverpool's home ground, everybody was expecting Inter Milan to attack and play offensive, but Liverpool simply didn't let them to do this. In that game, Liverpool hit the post 3 or 4 times. It was unbelievable. They couldn't even score. One clear chance, goalkeeper saved it on the line. And guys, I'm gonna end the stream. No, I'm not gonna end it. I'm gonna end it. Just wait a little bit. After some time, I'm gonna. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna be back after 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, guys. Let's continue our discussion. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for interrupting this live stream. I had an urgent call. That's why I had to answer this call. And yes, Liverpool vs Inter Milan. Let's go to quarterfinals versus Benfica. It wasn't a really tough tie as well. Versus Benfica, they had clear advantage over Benfica, and that's all. they made it through. It wasn't so hard for them. Semi-finals versus Villarreal, the underdog team that has been playing very well, and you know it wasn't a really tough team, a tie for Liverpool as well. Really, this year road to the final was not really hard. To be honest, I have to accept that, and no, it was really easy for them to make it to the final, but they had some difficulties. We don't have to. We have to tell that they were playing really well in Premier League, in FA Cup matches, in these games, in Champions League matches, and they're basically in the final. And look at Real Madrid's road to the final. Paris Saint-Germain. They lost the first game. They were losing the second game, but in the last 45 seconds, they made a comeback. Comeback number 1. Second game versus Chelsea. They won the first game. They were 3-0 down in the home ground. 3-1 extra time. 1 goal scored by Karim Benzema into the semi-finals. Versus Manchester City. They were down 4-3. They were down as well again. The overall score was 5-3. They scored 2 goals in the last minutes. 5-5, and they scored a goal in extra time as well by Karim Benzema again. And they're in the final. Literally, this season for Real Madrid has been comeback season. Like, they don't give up. They always want to achieve something great. They're coming back. They're trying their best. They never give up. Like, even if they were down against Manchester City and 2 goals down and 6 or 7 minutes left, they were attacking, and they weren't giving. They were They were playing very offensively, and they weren't giving chances for Manchester City, and that is Real Madrid for you. Really, this team is just incredible. Like, they don't give up. They always play. They're always in the road to the final. And after beating Manchester City, I really expect them to win the final as well. Like, they have chances for winning the final against Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool has been performing really well in the last games this season. But it's Real Madrid, the team that lost comebacks, the team that has won this tournament 13 times, more than anybody else. Can you imagine? 14 times. And it's their 17th final. And it is 10th final for Liverpool. And making it to the final for 17 times. It is just incredible. Like, they're performing really well in the recent games. Let's look at their performances in the last 10 years. They have made it to the final for 5 times. They have made it to the final for, I'm gonna count, let me wait. Let me think about it. Yes, it was semi-final. They lost in the semi-final, and second semi-final. And they have been in the semi-final for 3 times. Can you imagine? In the last 10 years. And twice they have been knocked out in the round of 16. Just imagine that. They have been in the semi-finals for 8 times in the last 10 seasons. Can you imagine this number? It is just incredible thing, the stats of this team. They never give up, they play, it is just incredible. Like, can you imagine? More than anybody else. 8 times in the semi-finals and 5 times in the final in the last 10 years. Can you take into account these numbers? It is just incredible. Real Madrid is not just a team. This is just memory, not a memory. Real Madrid is just something great. I cannot describe my feelings for Real Madrid. This team just unimaginable, unthinkable. Like they're just so consistent. Making it to the semi-final for 8 times in the last 10 years shows us that they're the kings of this competition. Really, and I expect 14th title. That will be great for them. But they are every time they win, they increase the gap, and it's not interesting anymore. And they won it 4 times in 5 years, and if they didn't win this, it will be interesting to watch. Let's say that Real Madrid has 11 or 12 or 10 Champions League titles, and Liverpool has 6. This will be interesting to watch. Like, who's gonna win this game? Will Liverpool be able to lift its 7th trophy or 8th trophy if they won the final against Real Madrid in the Rio 2018? This will be interesting, but it is interesting as well. Really, after 23 days, that game was Liverpool versus Real Madrid. This game is just gonna be incredible. Like, we're gonna be enjoying every moment of this game. And I would like to make my prediction for this final, despite the fact that it's so early. But really, I expect Real Madrid to win this year's Champions League as well. Despite the fact that I'm a Liverpool fan, I support Liverpool. But really, Real Madrid is just incredible. They're gonna win it. They're gonna find a way, because they are so lucky. Really, they have made it to the final for 16 times and have lost only 3 of them. They have lost only 3. Can you imagine? Okay, when we look at road to the final, I will say that of course it seems Real Madrid had a difficult road to the final, eliminating 2 English teams and in the final against English sides. They have literally, no, not literally, they haven't played against Manchester United, but they have played great. They're just playing great. Chelsea, then Manchester City, and the final against Liverpool, and they can win this game as well. I really expect Real Madrid to win in this game and lift their 14th trophy. And this year has been incredible. If a Champions League this year was not expected, and who will think that Real Madrid will be able to make it to the final with their current squad? Really, their composition, their squad is not really that well. Of course, players like Benzema, Modric, Kroos, they are playing really great, and goalkeeper Courtois. But reaching that far is a great achievement for them. And their road to the final was not easy as well. Paris Saint-Germain, the team that had Messi, Ramos, and other players, they could beat Paris Saint-Germain. Chelsea, incredible. They could beat Chelsea as well. Last year's winners. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. It was a tough tie for them as well. They won it. And, it's a little bit early to make prediction, but I expect Real Madrid to win this trophy. Okay, I think that's all for today. I'm gonna make my prediction related to Uefa Europe League in the coming days. I think that's all, and in the end of the stream, uh, I would like to tell that I'm so sorry for the interruption that I made. I really didn't want this interruption to happen, but it was an urgent call by my friend, and I had to answer that call. But I think that interruption was not so long, 2 or 3 minutes. And thanks for watching. See you in the next live streams. Thanks.